Hey guys, what's going on? Dingo here with a little video for you. This is just going to be a late one to the Deep Rock Galactic Survivor Update 3, the Anomalies update. So first off, we'll jump straight into the upgrades, because these have changed a bit. We now have, I believe, 6 new upgrades. So these include the trigger training, which increases your fire rate with projectile weapons. It goes up by 2% each level. Next is increases the catalyst booster. It increases the amount of damage done over time by acid, electricity, electrical, and fire damage. That's really good. This goes around in 1% and 2% intervals. It's a bit strange, but it works. For some reason, these two are the new ones here, but the rest are down here. I don't know why these are there and not there. It's a bit strange, but anyway, these two are newer than the rest of these four here. This one is more juice, so it increases the potency of your weapons. Quick little tidbit about this. Potency is just the effect that the weapons do. So like, for instance, electrical weapons can trigger static blast to bounce between enemies, and that falls under the potency. It also falls under the critical hit and critical chance. So the more potent like an electrical weapon is, the higher the chance it'll jump from enemy to enemy, and the higher the chance you'll trigger the critical chances and whatnot. So that's pretty good. So I've got that maxed out because I like playing with the crisper and whatnot. Next is the night. So these two here are a bit strange. I don't really fully understand these, but these are the nitro cache and the gold cache. So these just increase the amount of nitro and gold you start with at a lobby. A bit weird. I mean, it's not huge. I believe this is going to go to about 24 each. These two are going to be at maybe 24 or maybe 30. It's an extra boost. You know, I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's there if you need it. It's a nice upgrade, but I would highly prioritize the ones that actually, impact your game. And finally, we have the artifact reroll. So these allow you to reroll artifacts on the supply pod for nitra. So these are quite interesting. I think this and the Me Lucky Charms are going to be a bit tricky, just because this involves luck. And if you get a high luck, you might roll legendaries or epics over and over again, which they cost a lot. And if you don't have enough, it's a bit tricky. But this one here, the increasing number of artifacts is getting nice. The one issue is we don't know as of right now if you can re-roll the same artifacts. I would assume you can, because you can re-roll weapons over and over again. So I'd probably steer clear of this one, especially if you're kind of new. There's no real point, because you only have a few artifacts. There's nothing to worry about too much. And that kind of wraps it up here. In case you weren't aware, so you get all of your credits and all the minerals you brought from here back. So like myself, I had everything upgraded. I got all of my credits back and all the minerals I used to upgrade everything. One new addition is these Morkite cores, or Morkite seeds, sorry. So you actually get these from playing the masteries. I don't believe you get anything from the anomaly dives. I haven't tried them, I might be wrong. But so far I've got all of mine from the weapon masteries. So once you collect them, they take 12 hits to break open, and you can run away. You don't have to hover over it. Once you fully mine it and the little Morkite bulb rolls out of the little machine, you can run away. It just goes instantly into your pocket, and then you use it to upgrade these. Some of these upgrades will require one Morkite per thingo. So I think for this one here I had 3 Morkite cores. One was level 4, I think level 8, and level 10. This one here though had 2 level 1. So I had a 1 Morkite seed, or core, sorry, a 1 Morkite core, and then I had a 2 Morkite core. So these, I don't know how they work. A few of them are going to require 2, just to upgrade 1 level. And these aren't each level, so you don't need 1 for every level. It'll kind of soft lock you. Like here I can't level up without a Morkite core, but the rest here I could. So I leveled up all of these without 1, but now I need 1. So it's just kind of a soft lock where you need to get these. So it's nothing too big. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Before I forget though, actually, so I've done the maths for these, and it requires 410 minerals for one of these thingos. So 410 minerals of either all of the minerals, so Bismol, Enor Pearl, Jaders, Umanite, Magnite, and I forgot this one, sorry, I forgot its name, whoops, Cropper, that's it. Anyway, it takes 410 minerals total to upgrade a full slot here, and 41,000 credits. So I've done the maths, and it's going to take 1,230 credits, Morkites, 1,230 minerals to upgrade 1 slot. So what I'd recommend you do is, kind of see if you have enough for it, and when you get over, sell the rest you don't need and buy all these. And it's going to cost, if it costs 41,000 for a full level here, it's going to cost 123,000 for a full row, column or row, I keep getting those mixed up, or 738,000 credits to upgrade everything, which seems like a lot, but you get credits pretty easily. I believe you get like 15,000 credits per run, so it's nothing too crazy. The main missions haven't changed, so you still get, as you'll notice, I've got a weird little magma core XP thing on the side there. We'll talk about that shortly. So these challenges haven't changed at all. They're pretty similar. Nothing has changed at all, so there's nothing to worry about there. These are all cool, all the same. Anything you've upgraded here or unlocked here, you've still got. As of right now, there's nothing else that's new here. The only thing are like weird additions, which we'll get onto shortly. So I've got one for crystalline caverns, and I've got one for magma core. So we'll jump onto these in 1 second. Moving on to the masteries, I might disregard the anomalies. It's very strange. It's, you know, I haven't tried them, but I would assume it's. I don't think you get anything for them. I'll have to try. If I try one, I'll let you guys know. But moving on to masteries, we have weapon masteries, ClassMod masteries, and Biome masteries. So we'll start with weapon masteries. So there are 42 weapons in this slot, and pretty much they all have different upgrades. So for instance, the Zukov Nuke 17 mastery allows me to get a 5% damage boost on the Hazard 1, a 9% damage boost in Hazard 2, and as you can see, I go up to level 4. So as of right now, I would highly recommend everyone just try to go to Hazard 4. As you can see, Hazard 4 to 5 is a 1% difference. Now if we go up here, this is weapon range. So most of the weapons are damage, where some up like potency, range, and whatnot. What I'd say is everything from level 4 to level 5 is a 14 to 15% difference. So therefore, I would really suggest don't even go to Hazard 5. There's no point. You get a 1% increase. It doesn't do a lot. There's no point struggling with it. So how these work, you get one weapon only. So whatever weapon you choose, you get that weapon and nothing else. Once you reach level 5, you do not get another weapon. You only get one. There is an artifact to get a second weapon, but we'll get under the artifacts that got added shortly. So I thought originally you had to go one at a time, but that's not the case. You can actually get any weapon you want, go straight to Haz 4 or Haz 3, and then immediately get the level 3 upgrade, or level 4 upgrade. So I ran through the cryo grenades, and then tried it on the LMG gun platform and noticed immediately I went straight to level 3. So if any weapon you do like, I would recommend, you know, depending on your level, probably start at Hazard level 2 if you're comfortable with that. If you're feeling a bit devious, go to Hazard 3, you know, give that a crack. And if you really do just want to get this out of the way, jump straight to Hazard 4 and just go straight into it. What I will say though is some of these weapons are highly garbage. It's not fair at all. So for instance, the cryo cannon here, I struggled with this one until I got the right overclocked. Like, it did no damage, but once I got the overclock, I started actually tearing through. Additionally, the arms core coil gun, at first, the way I went, I struggled a lot. I wasn't doing any damage at all. I pumped up reload speed and I think fire rate. If not, it was just reload speed and damage, and I was struggling real bad. But the moment I got the final level 18 overclock, I was tearing through it. So do be aware that some of these, like for instance the plasma burster, yeah, it's a bit tricky to use. Some of these weapons are not fairly balanced. Like the Drac 25 plasma and the M1000 will tear through everything, but then something like the deep core PGL, the Bulldog, the breach cutter, they're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle real bad. So I'd probably say have a crack on whatever hazard level you're comfortable with. Like for instance, I went to hazard 3 of this because it's a little bit tricky to use. But I'd say, you know, try it Hazard 2, Hazard 3, get the initial upgrade, and then jump into the Hazard 4 or something. There's no point doing Hazard 5, it's a 1% increase, you know, there's no real issue. Following that, so as you can see here, it says, so each of these weapons go on different maps. So this one here is on Crystalline Caverns, this one here is on Salt Pits, Hollow Bow, Magma Core anywhere. So Magma Core, they're Magma Core. So they're all on specific maps. You do not get to choose it. And as you can see, it's one weapon only. There is an artifact to get a second one. We'll talk about later. And there's 3 stages. So it's stage 1, stage 2. Then there's Dreadnought. Do be mindful though. I'll reiterate it. Some of these weapons are not fairly balanced at all. Some of these weapons are just god tier awful. It's so unfair. So you might be asking now, what do these actually do? What can I do with these plus 14% weapon range, plus 14% potency? What can I do with this? This is a permanent buff you get throughout the entire game now. So if you get, for instance, the BRT7 Burst Fire Gun Mastery level 4 like I have, if you pick this up in the game on any class, it doesn't have to be gun, it could be anyone, you will immediately be given a 14% damage bonus off the bat. So these why these are really important, because these immediately give you a little buff. They will stay with you permanently, and I believe these buffs will then multiply with all the other buffs you get. So it's going to be good. So these are the masteries. Weapon masteries, real nice. It's a good addition because some of the weapons that are underpowered, you can easily smash out some of these and make them a little bit more easy to use. Moving on to the ClassMod mastery. Now to unlock these, you have to complete a Hazard 2 or Hazard 3 run. So the regular have to do either a regular main mission, or you can do a weapon mastery, and you have to do a Hazard 2 or Hazard 3. So you can cheat it a little bit by doing these, but do be in mind, only one weapon and it's only 3 levels. So it's whatever you're comfortable with. Now these give you a slight buff. Now this is only to the class in particular. So for instance, this would be the engineer I hate this word, demolitionist, whatever that word is, sorry. So this map is tiny. This map is really small. It's like a quarter, if not like a fifth of the size of the regular map. It's really small. It's very nice. The only issue is though, so you have no secondary objectives, so there's no way to get the bonus 30 gold. You have to mine that stuff in-game, and there is not a single red sugar on the map, and you get no life regen and no heal on level up. So this means any damage you do, you will have that damage until you go to the shop. Now the shop, you can still pay 30 gold to increase or regain half your health, and you can still unlock the health boosts in the game. So when you reach a level, you can unlock plus 10 extra health, or you can buy that from the shop. So you can increase your health, but there's no way to regain it until you're at the shop. So you got to be a little bit careful. Sorry. I'm not sure if so as you can see here, it says just below the yellow text, smaller map, no secondary objective, but the final lines is start with the DRG coupons. So I'm unsure if everyone gets these by default, or if you have to unlock that artifact to get it here. I'm unsure, sorry. But we'll have to just theorize that. I'm sure you guys can find out by yourselves. So these here, just like the weapon masteries, are a permanent boost to the specific classes that you run. So for instance, I'm a level 2 interrogator here. I have a plus 9% potency and a plus 9% lifetime to my weapons. So the lifetime would realistically only affect my beam weapons and my turrets and my drones, and that'd be about it. And again, you can jump straight into Hazard 4, so I did the 1, 2, I was going to 3 and 4, but I realized you can just jump straight into whichever one you want, go to Hazard 4 if you want, and get the instant level 4 upgrade. So these are fun. These are going to be a bit tricky, just because some of the weapons are some of the classes are really garbage. Like for instance, the Classic Scout is really tricky. Like the boost you get from that isn't really good. Additionally, the Juggernaut Gunner, 50% weapon range, negative 50% weapon range and whatnot. Yeah, some of these are going to be tricky. Forearm Driller too. Yes, maybe this one too. Oh, sorry, Forearm, the Strong Arm Driller. So some of these will be trickier than others. Don't fret too much. Like I said in the weapons upgrade, if you are having trouble, just jump into like Hazard 2 or Hazard 3. Get the get the level 2 or level 3 upgrade, and then jump into Hazard 4 if you want. I probably would go to Hazard 5 for these, just because not everything's a plus 1. So as you can see here, the level 4 and level 5 upgrade is actually a plus 2 difference. So there it is worth it. Whereas here, it's, plus 1, it's not really worth it. Plus 2, plus 1, yeah, kinda. Yeah, so it's what you want, If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but I would.
Hell yeah.
And next we have the Biome masteries. So these are actually really fun. So again, you can jump straight to Hazard 4 if you want and get the upgrade. I unfortunately did 1 by 1, and I realized, you don't have to do that. So these here are 10 stages instead of 5. So on stage 5 there will be a Dreadnought battle, and on stage 10 there will be a second Dreadnought battle. So you'll have 2 Dreadnoughts to face. I don't know how it works. I think I think the dreadnoughts are randomized, so you could get the regular dreadnought, then you could get the twins. It's a little bit tricky, so just be careful and mindful when you do that. Do be in mind that the enemies do ramp up as you go. So as you know, enemies get stronger, a little bit faster, deal more damage, have more health as you progress from like wave 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 until you finish. These here keep going. So once you get to 6, 7, 8, and 9, enemies have way more health, do way more damage, move a little bit faster. So do keep in mind that it's not going to cap out at level 5. You will have to keep dealing with these enemies, and some weapons do struggle. Weapons that don't deal a lot of damage and don't have any good crowd control will struggle to keep you alive. So I would recommend, if you do this, take weapons that can easily control crowds, like for instance, a weapon that can deal cold, like the Zukov weapons Scout has. The level 18 mod that has the Spiral Death is pretty good with cold bullets because it can stop everything around you, which is very nice. It can also slow enemies down, which is good. So each of these thingos have different upgrades. So some of them actually they're all the same. Never mind. So this one here is an XP gain. This one here is XP gain in armor. This one here is XP gain in pickup radius, and this one here is XP gain in mining speed. A bit odd because like Salt Pits has like a 2-hit wall, so I don't know why that have mining speed. I'd rather that because you get all the weird stuff around here. Anyway, so Crystalline Caverns is pretty basic. You just get you get an XP gain. Magma Core, you get XP gain and armor, which is very nice because you have the random bits of lava and the explosive plants that laying around. So that is actually quite nice. Hollow Bow, 3 plus XP gain and plus pickup radius. That's actually really nice. And finally, Salt Pits, plus XP gain and plus mining speed. Okay, so not too shabby. And again, these will stick around forever. So if you unlock any of these to whatever level, it could be level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, whatever you do, these will then carry. So as you can see here on level 4 on the map mastery, so I've got an 18% XP gain. If I jump over to this one, you'll see I have an 18% XP gain. So these carry over, which is very nice. It can make, unfortunately, I did all the challenges before this came out, so it can make some of the challenges a lot easier to do. For instance, the level 60 strong arm driller can easily be wiped with the XP gains. That's quite nice. Overall, moving on to the milestones, actually we got a few new things. So the artifacts had a nice little upgrade. I just got to find them now. Sorry, I've been a little bit unprepared. So pay to win. I still hate this thing. Biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. Do not use it. It's garbage. Absolute dog water. Okie dokie. This one here, weapon. This is. I'll leave this one for now. It's actually very nice. This one here, the energy bars. So level up 1,000 times. So I highly recommend to get that. You focus on the weapon masteries. These take like 12 minutes. It takes 12 minutes, and usually if you go to Hazard 4, like I've been doing here, you can easily hit level 40 every single time, and you can smash out that 1000 level thingo. It's very easy. Also, you don't have to reach level 1000 in a game, it's just level up 1000 times, so I would recommend that. It's 3 levels, 12 minutes roughly, level 40 every time, and just keep pumping it. Next is the Turbo Incubulate. I don't know how to say it. Goddamn. Equip 10 overclocks and a single dive. So this one is this one's a bit weird. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's tricky. So to get this, you just got to equip 10 overclocks on your weapons. So the overclocks are the thingos you get on level 6, level 12, and level 18. So this would mean you need at least 4 levels, and you need to reach level 18 on 3 of those weapons and level 6 on 1 of those. You can play around with the numbers, but you see where I'm going. You got to evenly kind of distribute everything. So this here gives you a flat 3 increased levels, and these can be used to reach the energy bars. So when you get this artifact, it'll instantly give you 3 levels to level up, which means you get any weapon upgrade of your choice. It can be nice. It's a bit odd though because you can't reuse it. It's a one-time use. So if you got a weapon that's like close to an overclock, you can just chuck on this if you have it and instantly get to the overclock. It's very nice. It's situational. I really wouldn't use it unless I'm like, maybe if I'm doing the weapon mastery, I would definitely grab it because that means I can get an instant upgrade to that weapon specifically, which is what we need. Moving on to the company issued magnet, it's kind of dog shit. I really wouldn't worry about this. First off, it's chance based, So if you're super unlucky and you do not get this, well then you're not going to get that at all. So I wouldn't worry about it. Additionally, this thingo, spoilers, sorry I should have spoilers ahead, I'll do it in the intro anyway. This is a magnet that will randomly appear at the end of any level. So it's an artifact. You choose it, you get one magnet that'll spawn randomly in the arena. I don't know how its spawning mechanics works, but I assume it's somewhere near the drop pod, though you don't, lose if you go for it. And this thing here is very tricky. It only collects 50% of the XP that's on the field. So it's really odd. So I sometimes I'll take it, sometimes I won't. It's a bit strange. Moving on to the piercing projectiles, honestly, one of the easiest challenges in the game. You can easily smash out the turrets or the minigun and easily get this, but these here give you a plus 50% piercing, which is some weapons have insane piercing, and this just helps increase it. Moving on to the chemist kit, these are best done by interrogator driller, and just chuck on the sludge cannon, the sludge pump, the crisper flamethrower, and then either the acid drone or the fire drone to easily smash out this challenge. It can be done, you do have to go on a higher level has though, just because enemies have more health, and that's what you need. So if your enemies have 2 health, it'll instantly die and you won't get this, so you have to do it on a higher has. I'd recommend has 3 to try it, and if you get comfortable then jump to has 4. Deal 5 different damage types in a single dive. This one is a little bit tricky, but it can be done easily. So this can be weapons that can multi-class into different damage types. So some weapons start out as kinetic, then can jump to cold or electric, fire, acid and whatnot. You just gotta play around and do some research and find out what weapons work well. I think I chose the I chose the cryo cannon because it can multi-class into fire. Then I chose the sludge pump. I chose the Zukov for the electric bullets, and then I believe I had the LMG platform gun for the plasma, which can work pretty well. And this will give you a plus 3% to your reload speed, plus 3% to your fire rate, but a minus 5% to your mining speed per unique tag. So it's a little bit strange. I don't know how to elaborate to explain it a bit further, but yeah, it's very odd. Moving on to the Ancient Knowledge, I actually forgot what this one does. I might be mixing this one up with that one, sorry, but one of these, I might skip that one for now. These DRG coupons are very nice. So these give you a 20% discount to all the items in the shop permanently for that run, so it's very nice. So coming back up to this one here, so acquire 10 mastery points. Again, this can be done super easy. Just do 10 of those weapons masteries and you'll get it. This artifact gives you a random weapon at level 6 with the 1 overclock immediately, meaning you can get 5 weapons in the game, or for a weapon mastery you can get 2 weapons. The weapon you're trying to master and then an additional one from this. So it's actually quite nice. Sometimes the overclocks don't work. I've noticed that when I get a turret, if it has turrets follow you around it, they won't. So it is a bit tricky. Sometimes the overclocks work, sometimes they don't. So you just got to be a little bit careful. Moving on from that, I believe that is everything in this update. Some weapons got reworked. I believe the Lock 1 actually got a slight damage nerf, which is a bit unfortunate, but what do you do? You got a little damage nerf, which sucks, but it is a bit strong. That's it for now, I believe. So everything, good upgrade so far. I believe everything in the game right now is absolutely perfect. Again, some of these weapons aren't fairly balanced, so you will probably struggle doing some of these weapons, and I would say don't worry about it too much. Things happen, some weapons are unbalanced, just what do you do? For instance, this, I did it on Has 4, and I was struggling, just because it doesn't have enough damage to really deal with everything. So just, don't worry about it too much. If you ever get a weapon that doesn't work for you, I wouldn't worry too much. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here, guys. Hopefully you have a good day, and this update's quite nice. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Dingo out.